It is the one game that truly belongs to the world. Its golden moments etched forever in the minds of fans from all nations, all cultures, all beliefs. Throughout the world, soccer is more than just a game. It's a passion. When they perform in soccer's marquee events, the stars of the world's game are players in a global drama. In 1994, the United States was the stage for a riveting story when America hosted the World Cup. Billions around the world watched as a determined American squad exceeded expectations. Born was a new generation of stars, homegrown heroes whose careers began on neighborhood fields in youth soccer programs. John Harkes, Tony Meola, and Alexi Lalas. They serve as the inspiration for today's young soccer players as they master their skills. As they practice and play, they dream of one day wearing the American red, white, and blue in a World Cup match. The World Cup provided the spark, and now it's time for the World's game to take its next step in the United States.
The building blocks have been laid for the most ambitious coast-to-coast professional soccer league in American history.
And history is made today. ESPN presents the inaugural game of Major League Soccer. A record sellout crowd of 32,000 here at Spartan Stadium in San Jose, California, to witness the first regular season game of the brand new league. Fireworks are capping off today's festive opening ceremonies, the crowd settling in. The stars have arrived to realize the dream for a new beginning in American soccer. Alan Rothenberg and João Havelange, two of the biggest men in U.S. and international soccer history. I'm Phil Schoen. Welcome. Along with Keough, we have the honor of bringing you all of the MLS action this year. This is a dream come true for many fans and players alike.
This is the birth of a new era in American soccer, but most importantly, it's a homecoming for the USA's players who've been forced to hone their talents overseas. Now, they've proven their skills very impressively at the 1994 World Cup held in the United States, and even more impressively in 1995 at the Copa America. With the establishment of this Division I professional league, the USA's players will have the opportunity to become stars in front of the American people on their home soil.
And the stars of World Cup USA 94 and Copa America 95 will be with you all season long on Major League Soccer. Alexi Lalas is part of the New England Revolution. In goal for New York's Metro Stars is Tony Meola. Colorado has America's all-time caps leader, Marcelo Balboa. Tab Ramos is a Metro star, too. Starring for the LA Galaxy, Mexico's flashy keeper, Jorge Campos. Frank Klopas will be scoring his goals for the Kansas City Wiz. Tampa Bay will cheer Colombia's all-time great, Carlos Valderrama. And in tonight's historic premiere game, John Harkes leads the D.C. United against World Cup teammate Eric Wynalda and the San Jose Clash. One step towards history. D.C. against San Jose in the inaugural game of Major League Soccer, next on ESPN. U.S. Olympic team. This bud's for you. By Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth. And by AT&T, official sponsor of the 1996 U.S. Olympic team. Welcome back to Spartan Stadium in San Jose. Phil Schoen and Keough, and plenty of excitement tonight in the stands, as you can see, and on the field as well. And let's bring in the third member of our broadcast crew tonight with us, Bill McDermott. Bill?
The atmosphere down here, Phil, is absolutely electric. I mean electric. Everything's happening. The Clash say their commitment is to family, youth, and community. And they've accomplished that many times over. For me, it's kind of a homecoming. The last time I was on this very field was December 1969, playing for St. Louis U in the NCAA Division I final against the University of San Francisco. That was 1969. This is 1996. A dramatically different, totally different era in American soccer. And starting tonight, the MLS is going to prove just how dramatic a difference it's going to be. Phil, back up to you.
Thanks, Bill. You see the coin toss. Andrew Shue, the star of Melrose Place, the former and maybe future soccer star for the United States. And speaking of homecomings, it has been 6 years since John Harkes went overseas to ply his professional trade in England, and he is looking forward to the return back stateside.
And John Harkes will be joined by another former Virginia Cavalier in Jeff Agus, and a teammate of Harkes's, Agus, on the U.S. national team. Also for D.C. United, watch Marco Echeverri, El Diablo, the Devil, arguably the most exciting and gifted player signed so far by Major League Soccer.
Take a look at Marco Echeverri, and he will be trying to ply his trade against a solid San Jose defense.
And starting in the back, a 1990 World Cupper for the USA, John Doyle, and a Northern California native as well. He'll be wearing the captain's armband today for the Clash. In midfield, watch Ben Iroha, who performed irrepressibly for the Nigerians in World Cup '94. He'll be playing midfield today for the Clash.
See John Doyle, many of the other stars getting set to prepare for history. And Andres Cantor, a rather familiar face and voice. The voice of the MLS on Univision throughout the 1996 campaign. And Ty, I don't know about you, but there are very few times where you feel the chill go up your spine. The World Cup was won. Getting the chance to meet Pelé is obviously up there for me, but this is perhaps the biggest day in the history of U.S. soccer. All of that is the foundation for what could come here today.
Best of all, right now we're about to see that first ball kicked and see it roll on this grass surface at Spartan Stadium in San Jose. And the San Jose and the Bay Area has always supported soccer in a big way, going back to the huge World Cup crowds in '94 at Stanford and the '84 Olympics as well. They had record crowds here in Northern California.
John Harkes, Sheffield Wednesday, Derby County, West Ham, and now the DC United. He has come home wearing the captain's armband today. And we are underway. Major League Soccer has begun. To the near side, the youngster from Chile, Victor Mella, pushing forward to Wynalda in an early offside. We want to thank Budweiser and all of our MLS sponsors for allowing us to bring you today's game commercial-free.
Wynalda obviously will be the most important part of the San Jose Clash's attack today. He is the all-time leading scorer for the U.S. national team, and he's been brought back here to California. He's a Southern California native, but he's playing for the Clash today.
Long pass to the box. Lanier grabs it. San Jose wearing the lighter uniforms with the black trunks, defending the goal to the left, and wearing the red and black of the DC United. They are moving from right to left here in the first half. To the far side, looking for Beicher, taken away. Kept alive by Roja. Wynalda to the center. The pass for Beicher just off the mark. Over the sideline, and a throw-in for San Jose.
These teams have only been together training for roughly 4.5 weeks, so you have to wonder to some degree about whether they can really link up and attack and make good combination play, but there's certainly enough individual talent out there to see some great goal-scoring chances.
Echeverri back on defense, heading it towards Medved. He will clear it up across the midfield stripe. Medved from Evergreen State College Issaquah Washington, the leading scorer at both of those schools, looking to ply his trade with equal success here in MLS, and the first foul in MLS history already on the board. The free kick for San Jose, some 40 yards from the near pipe. Sending it across, you see number 12 in the middle of your screen, Troy Dyack, the former Olympian, looking for another chance on the national team. All the way forward, kept in play by Emanalo, nicely turning it to the near side for John Doyle. The San Jose captain pushing it forward. Harkes takes it away. The former teammates battle for it in the midfield. Tracking back, Michael Emanalo, the Nigerian national and former BU Terrier star, clears it all the way across the midfield stripe. Chested down by Raul Diaz Arce, and another foul, this time against San Jose, and a free kick in their own half for DC taken quickly.
Very high energy level evident on the field here as the adrenaline from this huge crowd is flowing in the veins of these players, both teams.
Bravo trying for possession. A little bit unusual for the number 9 for San Jose. Started his collegiate career as a striker. Now playing defensive midfield for Laurie Callaway. Jorge Rodas, the 23 in the white and celery green, just signed to San Jose a couple of days ago, trying to fit in with his team. Wynalda on the near side. In front of him, Victor Mella. Back to Wynalda. Nice tackle by the Argentine Gori, and he will win it near side. Knocked out of play, and a throw in for DC, just shy of midfield. A little tussle between Emanalo and Gori.
Both teams tussling now at midfield to establish dominance, and that includes some physically intimidating play. We saw there the slide tackle from Gori near the sideline, and not backing down whatsoever was his class counterpart.
Dyack, Chicho Suarez, Juan Berti Suarez. Many people talk about the other Bolivian on this DC side, Marco Echeverri, deservedly so, but you talk to the people from Tawichi, the academy where they both grew up, and on the Bolivian national side, they say Suarez is even more dangerous. The long throw headed clear by Doyle.
Chicho Suarez was the leading scorer and player of the year in the Bolivian League for the 95-96 season, so he's hot and he's ready to score goals here in Major League Soccer.
Jeff Agus throws the ball in, the 27-year-old former Cavalier. There are plenty of them on DC with their ex-mentor, now their current coach, in Bruce Arena, as he tries to take that next step forward into the professional ranks. Back to Lanier, and the San Jose keeper will clear it upfield.
Jeff Agus trying to find the midfield engine room of John Harkes there, which is the way the DC United wants to build their attack. Let Harkes be the distributor, but a bad first touch by Harkes, maybe some jitters, which is surprising when that's a guy who's played in Wembley Stadium in his professional career in England. Some physical play, as we mentioned, at midfield. This is Ben Iroha, and he's tackled from behind, so it'll be an obvious opportunity here for the referee to give Raul Diaz Arce a yellow card for bringing down Ben Iroha.
So a free kick just inside midfield for San Jose. Still looking for our first shot on goal with some 5 minutes gone. For Lee trying to head it out of danger. Rodas with the volley over the bar. So the first shot on goal goes over the goal. And little problem for Jeff Keough, another former Cavalier. Keough at 24 years of age, 6'3", 198. Perfect goalkeeping size for Bruce Arena.
Jorge Rodas taking that shot. He's considered now to be the star player of the Guatemalan national team, who had a good performance in the recent Gold Cup.
Far side, the diminutive Richie Williams loses the ball. Tim Martin to the middle to Bravo. Bravo pressured. Echeverri steals it away. Forward for DC, looking for Suarez, his countryman.
How about El Diablo Echeverri? The minute he gained possession, he was thinking to go for the throat. And that's the sign of a great player who is always looking to seek the immediate advantage on a transition.
Thor Lee heading the ball up in the air, still fought for. Gori, the supplemental draft pick for DC. Inside to Harkes, taken away.
Jeff Beischer there for the San Jose Clash wearing number 8, trying to dribble there. He's a good one-on-one attacker. And this field a little bit narrow, not quite the space that he would like to take on defenders. Here he goes, going at 2 of the D.C. United players.
I was going to say, you see a little bit of cramped space on the near sidelines. That's going to play a role here today. The second smallest field in the MLS right here in San Jose, but packed full of fans, and they're waiting.
It is a smooth surface, though. The grass is excellent here. Obviously, California with the year-round growing season. We get a true roll to this, and hopefully can string some passes together as they are now.
John Harkes nicely to Gorey. The left foot across the box, headed straight into the air. Still not out of danger. Dyack clears it near side, and Mella looks to turn it upfield for San Jose.
A quality cross there from the left side from Mario Gorey, the Argentinian, playing left midfield for D.C. United today. And he does have the ability to pinpoint those crosses, and he nearly found Diaz Arce.
Dyack with the left foot, pushing it to Wynalda. He is onside. Eggers tries to bring him down, tries to split the legs. And his national teammate and opponent here today, Jeff Eggers, wins the battle. Let's go to the sidelines and find out what the coaches might be thinking. Bill, what do you have?
Well, Phil, immediately prior to the game, I asked both coaches how they would approach this game. In typical Bruce Arena fashion, he said, I'm not going to tell my team anything. We've talked too much. I tell them, don't bother how the other team plays. Concern yourself with how we play. Laurie Calloway, the coach for the Clash, on the other hand, told me, we're here to play entertaining soccer in front of our home fans. If the play is not always on, however, to go forward, we're content to keep it and be a little indirect at times. Back up to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Ty.
Well, for me, talk about entertainment and excitement. How about some fun there? One-on-one duel between Eric Wynalda just a moment ago and Jeff Eggers. Now, that's fun for me to be able to see these guys match up against each other in a game that really counts.
John Doyle. Robin Fraser will be talking about him in the coming weeks for Colorado. Doyle's in the same boat as these players look to try and impress U.S. national team coach Steve Sampson. They will get the chance week in, week out, and that is probably the true legacy of Major League Soccer we have yet to see.
Now, this is a new laboratory for national team coach Steve Sampson to be able to watch how players develop and which ones might deserve to get a look with that full national team.
Far side, Tim Martin on the overlap. Ball on his right foot. He brings it back for the cross inside for Beischer. Chested down by Eggers and cleared away by Thor Lee.
Excellent composure there by Eggers in his own box to just knock the ball down calmly to keep possession instead of just clearing it haphazardly.
Lanier sending it across midfield. Gorey off Mella. Out of bounds. Throw in for D.C. And Sead Fazlagic, the 27-year-old defender from Sarajevo, throwing the ball in. Has played professionally in Bosnia, Croatia, and now here in the U.S. And they're trying to pick on him here early with Eric Wynalda pushing forward.
So far, looking very steady in the back. Michael Emenalo, the Nigerian international, alongside John Doyle today for the San Jose Clash.
Nice play by Mella. Now they free Wynalda. Mella tries to backheel it to himself. He applauds the effort by Wynalda. Still in danger as Tim Martin pushes forward. Fazlagic clears it into the stands to take the pressure off. D.C. losing its composure.
A look at Jeff Keough, the goalkeeper for D.C. United. Hasn't been under much pressure as of yet. Remember, there was a shot early on that was well over the bar taken by Rodas, but not much action since then.
The throw in from Mella, looking for Doyle. They will try and find him any chance they can in the box.
Now, as you might expect, most of the battling, most of the action so far in this game taking place at midfield as each team sensing the energy from this crowd, playing with so much strength and power at midfield. There's not much space to work through.
Beniroha, the Nigerian international, throws it in, and Keough leaves high to grab it just at the edge of the 6.
Jeff Keough, an NCAA champion at the University of Virginia in 1991, 92, and 93, and he holds just about all of Virginia's career goalkeeping records.
Fazlagic on the near side. Beischer pressuring. Pushing forward for Diaz Arce. Gorey tries to win it, but Mella shields him away nicely. Rodas upfield for Wynalda. Offside again. The D.C. trap has caught him twice.
D.C. United playing with just 3 defenders, so it's easy for them to just pinch forward and leave Wynalda exposed in that offside position.
Long pass for Diaz Arce, sails out of bounds. Throwing for Dyack and company. Victor Mella, they've been trying to use the youngster here on the near side. And the San Jose number 10, the 21-year-old ex-property of Colo-Colo, one of the storied clubs in Chile, had been playing with youth teams in his native land before moving over here to the U.S. And he has looked good.
The youth national teams.
Doyle tries to get it out of danger. Good pressure by Suarez and Diaz Arce. Diaz Arce loses it over the near side. Emanalo solid on defense. Still scoreless, early going here the first half. D.C. red and black pressuring the goal to the left.
Etcheverry wanted that ball. He could get it now.
Etcheverry juggling it on the near side. Sends it across back post. Suarez can't get a head on it. Still in play.
And Troy Dyack, the defender for the San Jose Clash, saved a goal there because it was an empty net there at the back post after the cross by Etcheverry. And it would have been easy pickings there had Dyack not cleared it away with his head.
Tim Martin tries to get it clear with the left foot up the sideline. DC will regroup in their own half. And Fazlaga with plenty of green in front of him. And Chicho Suarez, who has a hard time controlling that one. Could have been a little bit better for DC on that opportunity. But it's nice to see United switching the field and creating some space on the near side. Beitcher, perhaps one of the more creative players the U.S. has ever produced. His problem has been in a physical game, and let's see if D.C. tries to take him out by putting a body on him. Taken down by Forley. Ben Aroja. Lucky not to get a card, but a free kick for San Jose.
The best chances so far in this game have been for DC United, and they both came from the left side. Remember the cross by Mario Gori a few moments ago, and then most recently, Etcheverry from the left side trying to find someone at the back post.
Rodas looks for Doyle, sails over the end line, and a goal kick for Keough.
John Doyle from Pleasanton, California, just up the freeway from here. A homecoming for him. Played for University of San Francisco, and of course was a starter for the United States World Cup team in 1990's World Cup held in Italy.
He and Steve Tritchu anchoring the center of that defense. Doyle still playing, and now it's Emanalo to his side for the San Jose Clash, and Keough taking his time. That draws some whistles from the crowd. Gori, nice position past Mella to head it towards Etcheverry. Richie Williams keeps it alive, far side to the number 21, Diaz Arce, the leading scorer for El Salvador in recent years. All the way back into their own half. DC forced to regroup. Dyack again gets a head on it for San Jose. Beitcher chests it down, but straight to Gori. Rodas to Mella. The 21-year-old Chilean to the far side nicely. Aroja on his right foot, guarded by Lee. Aroja looking for the shot. Still with the ball in the center from Mella. Backheels it, loose ball shot. Pushed aside. Nedved gets in the way of a certain San Jose goal.
A goal line clearance here. This is Benny Rojas. Some good dribbling to find some space down the left side. He clips the ball in. Mella gets a touch to it just barely. Emanalo is there. It's back to Mella. And standing out in front is Sean Nedved. Really saving the day. Keough was in position, but if that ball picked up speed, he might not have been able to react to it.
Richie Williams, the ball deflected. Etcheverry goes down. Play on. Marco Etcheverry.
El Diablo. The intensity there for this inaugural game of Major League Soccer, first division action, professional outdoor soccer.
Offside again, this time Beitcher on the far side. 3 against San Jose so far. DC yet to be snagged in an offside position. John Harkes pushing forward. Can't flick it on. DC forced to regroup.
A moment ago, Ben Iroha, who actually played as a back for Nigeria during the '94 World Cup. He's been moved into a midfield role with this San Jose Clash team because he is such a good dribbler.
Wynalda in the box, tries to get the cross, deflected by Eggers over the end line. A lot of chances for San Jose so far. Why is that? Let's head to the sidelines. Bill McDermott.
Yeah, chances are really starting to flow now, backwards and forwards for both clubs because of quick one-touch balls out of the backfield and a change of flow from the right back to left wing corner flag, and consequently Ben Aroja is getting in deep for the San Jose Clash.
Aroja getting set for the corner kick. Let's see what we can do from the set piece. Doyle is most likely the target. Wynalda can also be dangerous. The left footer back post for Doyle, heads it down to the top of the 6, cleared away by Harkes, high and deep into the stands.
Well, Aroja did find Doyle at the back post. We look at John Harkes wearing the captain's armband today for D.C. United.
A lot of pressure on Harkes and company. Doyle whistled for the foul as he tries to fight Thor Lee for position.
And Harkes, of course, grew up in Kearney, New Jersey, that hotbed of soccer developing players for American national teams. Went on to the University of Virginia to play for Bruce Arena.
Another hotbed.
Well, now he's playing for Bruce again with D.C. United. Of course, Bruce Arena splitting his roles. Not only does he coach D.C. United, he's also the U.S. Olympic team coach for this summer's Olympic Games.
Miller using his speed to try and keep it in play. Cannot do so for a throw-in. Many saying that Harkes might join Arena there as well. Perhaps one of the more solid players to compose a younger Olympic squad.
One of the wild card overage players allowed to be added to the Olympic roster.
Echeverry on the near side, and this is why they call him El Diablo. A brother-in-law, when he was growing up, said he danced like the devil, and right now finds an open space for Suarez in the middle, and Diaz Arce puts a boot on it.
Well, on that near side a moment ago, Echeverry danced right among 3 different San Jose Clash defenders and never lost his composure. He was in fact able to then even get his head up and make the through ball pass.
And Suarez then gets it to Diaz Arce for the first shot on goal. Lanier forced to make the save. We are nearing the midway point of half number 1. Some 26.5 minutes left to go. Still scoreless. San Jose and D.C., but there have been plenty of chances. Both teams feeling each other out. Mentioned for San Jose, the new player, Jorge Rodas, the 24-year-old from Guatemala City. While he might have the talent, there's chemistry that needs to be developed. And he will be more dangerous as time goes on. Beitzer taken down just outside the box.
Beitzer trying to split 2 D.C. United defenders was upended by Richie Williams. Here's Beitzer with his back to the goal, and he goes to split 2 of them. He's a very creative dribbler, but he was hooked there by Williams.
Long cross, Causey skies, bangs into Beitzer, but comes down with the ball. They did not call the foul, just the throw-in. 0-0 here. Just under 26 minutes left to go in the first half. Causey, the D.C. United keeper, with Eggers in front of him, and he will use him. D.C. wearing the black jerseys with red trunks, moving from the right to the left here in half number 1. The lighter jerseys with black trunks. San Jose defending the goal to the left, and they're putting pressure on with Harkes in the forward position, moving up from midfield. Mentioned that there is just under 26 minutes left to go, and that's one of the changes for MLS. They're using a clock that counts down from 45 to 0. No controversy when it hits 0. The half, the game, whatever, is over. Wynalda taken down, play on. Suarez comes back to win it for Medved. Medved, the 13 for D.C., saving what appeared to be a certain shot on goal for Mella. Never got to Causey because Medved got in the way. Gorey with some space in front of him, and Echeverry coming back for the pass. Delays a little bit, and Mella almost wins the ball away for San Jose.
I'm wondering why Gorey didn't go forward there. He had that space that you mentioned staring him in the face.
Thor Lee loses it to Aroja. Heading it forward. Tim Martin coming up back to Aroja on the left foot. Sends it across looking for Beitzer. Eggers dancing around in the box. That's dangerous. Beitzer has it. Still in play, and the shot over the bar by Tim Martin.
Jeff Eggers has really held it together defensively for the D.C. United back there. Great deal of composure, but he may have overdone it here. Wins possession, and then gives it away in his own penalty area, setting up this clear chance for the San Jose Clash.
Another goal kick for Causey, who has been definitely tested here in the first half. Tim Martin celebrates his birthday in less than a week, and this is a nice little present. A professional career without even having to leave home.
Exactly, a professional career in his hometown of San Jose. He played his college ball at Fresno State.
Long ball, finding Echeverry and Diaz Arce, but Lanier gets out quickly to grab hold.
Heck of a toss there by Lanier, finding Ben Aroja out at the halfway line.
Roja drops it back. They'll push it forward for Beitcher, who's pressured by Lee, can't control. And a throw in for the black-clad DC United near midfield.
On their last possession, DC United appeared to want to slow the pace of this game down just a little bit. Obviously, the crowd has been into this match, and that's been favoring the San Jose Clash.
Long pass across the far sideline, and a throw in for San Jose. How have they been getting the pressure on, Bill McDermott?
Well, obvious, both coaches have told their team, if Echeverry makes a run or Roja makes a run, you reward them for the running. Play the ball into space so they can run onto it. We talked about chemistry moments ago, Phil. Well, the chemistry is really developing between Marco Echeverry and Juan Diaz-Arce. And Arce is making some nice runs in front of the defenders. And believe me, that's the way you have to play against Michael Armanalo.
And Ty for DC, we've seen that chemistry, but on defense they have appeared shaky at times, and that time letting Mella break down the middle.
Exactly, Mella broke that offside trap. It was nearly through and through behind the DC United defense.
Kept in play by Gorey? No, just over the sideline for the throw-in for San Jose. Take a look at Laurie Calloway, the San Jose head coach, one of the more storied figures here in the Bay Area. We've passed the midway point of half number one. For those who believed it was not possible, Major League Soccer is here. DC against San Jose, a sellout crowd, more than 32,000 in attendance, with international attention around the globe. Gorey heading it inside, looking for Suarez. Cleared away by Dyack, still in the box. Back to Lanier, and he'll boot it towards midfield.
Some good quality play there for DC United. That was approximately 6 consecutive passes as they built their attack up the left side. It started from Keough into Harkes, dropped it into Gorey, then they played it forward, dropped it back again into midfield. And if they're able to link up in that fashion, they will be able to create more chances down this near side.
DC going with 3 men in the back. With that in mind, Laurie Calloway changing things a little bit. You see Beitcher on the far side trying to run it down before Thor Lee clears it away. Beitcher and Eric Wynalda had thought to be in the front line, but they've actually pushed Victor Mella up a little bit more than they were planning on early. Might that force a strategy change a little bit later on, because they have been having some success with those 3 men up front. Bruce Arena thinking about that as we speak.
There's no score right now, but the point system in this league is 3 points for a victory and 1 point if it goes to a shootout if it's tied after regulation. So it doesn't really pay much to play for a tie.
Beitcher in the box looking to get to the end line. Can't do it and kicks the board in frustration. And it's 1 point if you win the shootout, nothing if you lose it. And it didn't used to be that way, so there is no reward for playing for the shootout if you lose it.
There you go. If you play for the tie, you very easily could come up with 0 points. So teams should come out, look for the victory, and that 3 points, that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Pausing. A lot of people talk about Virginia keepers, and obviously Tony Meola's name pops up. We will get the chance to see him when we cover the Metro Stars a little bit later on this season. But Causey in the record book is actually the best Virginia keeper in history. He has yet to be tested here today on goal, but he has been busy. Throw-in for DC just across midfield, and Richie Williams, 5'5", but he captained a couple of those Virginia squads. What he lacks in stature, he makes up for in leadership.
I saw Richie Williams with the Union Lancers out of New Jersey in the late 80s when they won a couple of national youth championships. So he's always been a very skilled playmaker and has the quickness, as we see here, to play even at a higher level.
The number 16, Richie Williams, tracking back, far side. Rodas looking to send it into the middle for Aloha, who pitches up from the midfield. Beitcher, the number 8, wearing the headband and coming inside. He has a shot, not afraid to use it. Deflected. Causey will keep it in play. You can see San Jose perhaps a touch of frustration there. Beitcher has been taking the body quite often here in the first half and decides to have a go of it from about 30 yards away.
The Richmond Kickers were the U.S. Open Cup champions in '95. So another national championship for Jeff Causey.
Harkes over Echeverry, down by Mella. Mella all the way on defense, sends it upfield looking for Emanalo. To Wynalda. It's a 2-on-2 with 2 defenders chasing Wynalda far side. Near side, Beitcher, Wynalda on the left foot. Wynalda sends it across, Beitcher has it. Drops it back, Aloha. just mistimed the left-footed shot, and Keough gobbles it up.
Some pretty good stuff there for San Jose as Wynalda broke into the D.C. United end and linked up with Jeff Beischer, who laid the ball back into Aroha. So where's Waldo? Eric Wynalda. Waldo's at Spartan Stadium trying to break down defenses.
And unfortunately for many opposing coaches, it is all too obvious where Eric Wynalda normally is. And for the U.S., it's been celebrating a goal more than anyone else in history.
Watch that number 11 for San Jose throughout the season. He scored some incredible goals at the Copa America this past summer, and some impressive results for the United States as they beat Argentina 3-0 in one of those games.
Inside for Suarez. Looked like he brought it down with a hand, but play on. Aroha, far side, guarded by Williams. Aroha, the number 6, can play defense or midfield, and has done so for Nigeria on both occasions. See, San Jose has the better of it in the chances category.
Good hustle by Diaz Arce there as he out-jumped a much taller Michael Emenalo.
Near side throw for Emenalo. Just some of the fun and festivities here at Spartan Stadium. It is a different atmosphere. It's a more knowledgeable, more entertained crowd.
And you couldn't ask for a more perfect day or perfect surroundings.
Emenalo forward for Beischer. Can't control the header, and Echeverry tracks back to pick it up near midfield. To Williams, back to Keough, the number 12. Dallas native, now lives in Orlando. Nice pass for Diaz Arce, who brings it down for Gorey on the left foot. Deflected. Lanier dives back to the back post. Diak shielding away, and Lanier comes down with it.
Both goalkeepers looking pretty sure of themselves with those high balls coming into the box.
Williams to Echeverry. Looking for the return pass. Echeverry almost loses it. Still has the ball.
What
gives
confidence
space.
Holding off of one defender as he tries to beat the other one.
Williams brings it down. Also on the Richmond kickers, a lot of championship rings on these sides here today. But Beischer with Wynalda. He's offside. Beischer forced to hold on to it. He'll drop it back for Mella. Mella misses the trap, but it's not cleared away. Martin now to Wynalda, still onside. Wynalda on the right foot, guarded by Lee. Into the middle for Beischer over his head to the back post, and Gorey brings Beischer down, but play on.
Boy, did Wynalda make quick work of getting that cross in. He was matched up with Thor Lee, and he had no problem scooting past him to serve the ball into the box.
Play on. Aroha tackled from behind. No foul called, and the captain, the number 6 for D.C., John Harkes, forward to Williams, to Gorey. Gorey on the left foot at the top of the 6. It's left standing before Mella clears it away. Driven end to end.
Driven low crosses, so dangerous there, and it was Gorey again sprinting down the left side, driving that ball across the face of Lanier's goal, and that could even go off of a defender and go in.
Near side, Mella running back, and he can't get there in time. Plenty of baseball action coming your way on ESPN. The Yankees and Rangers, 8 o'clock on Sunday night. It's a new-look Yankees. Buck Showalter lost along with Jack McDowell and Don Mattingly. Now looking for Wade Boggs, but the Rangers with Juan Gonzalez in tow should be fun to watch. A lot of excitement and entertaining action here today between D.C. and San Jose. The light-clad Wynalda chasing Kozlagic over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for D.C. taken quickly.
I don't know about you, Phil. Did you like the old Waldo look when he had the skinhead last summer?
I like the goals that came off his boot, and I have a feeling if he gets into a little drought, we might see him here again. The droughts have been few and far between for Wynalda. His problem's been keeping his composure, same as that man, Marco Echeverry.
Well, a great deal is expected of both of them. They are expected to carry the attacks for their respective teams. Marco Echeverry, of course, had a very disappointing, in fact, a nightmarish experience in the '94 World Cup, getting ejected after he had barely touched the ball.
Did you see that? I didn't realize Breathe Right strips had made it all the way down to Bolivia.
You think they wouldn't need it? Those guys are used to playing at 11,000 feet elevation. Down here, you should have no problem getting air.
Kozlagic, the Sarajevan to the near side for Gorey. Gorey has done a solid job solidifying this midfield. for D.C., but loses it that time. Into the middle for the number 8, Jeff Beitcher. Beitcher across midfield to Wynalda, far side. Brings it down. Mella shows himself in the middle, but he'll pass it past him, looking for Beitcher. The shot from Mella a little bit late. And you can see the number 8 offside, Beitcher. And a little bit of a word of warning for Mella. He says he could not hear the whistle.
Well, you got to believe him if he couldn't hear the whistle. Wynalda pops the ball in behind the DC United defense. But having run in behind them too early was Jeff Beitcher.
4th offside against San Jose. Not hard to imagine who the home crowd is supporting here today, making it rather obvious. Keough, normally playing left back in the national team, but he has played a solid game in the middle here today. Victor Mella now to Beitcher, taken down from behind. Diaz Arce still has it, tries to spin it across. Bravo can't hold on. Echeverry watches it come back.
You can't relax if Echeverry is around. That's the 2nd or 3rd time that the San Jose Clash have won possession in their own end and nearly been dispossessed or have been dispossessed by Echeverry looking for the quick steal.
Nice play by Harkes in the center circle to the near side for the 11 Gori. Buzlagic loses his footing. Emanalo pushing forward, and San Jose has numbers. Beitcher, far side, spinning it forward to Wynalda, and he could have done better with that.
He had Emanalo on his right side, too, had streaked forward from his defensive position on the initial steal.
Keough, near side, with some 12 minutes left to go. No score here in San Jose, but plenty of action. Diaz Arce watches it come over his left shoulder, guarded by Doyle. Not easy to get past the big man.
Doyle stayed with him very well, matching him step for step.
The young number 10 Mella inside to Beitcher. Now to Rodas, taken down hard.
A crunching tackle there by Sean Medved as he had been nutmegged. And you might have an argument there on how deliberate and how late that foul was. Beitcher slipped it inside, and Rodas just gets blasted by Sean Medved. Throws his hip directly into him, and that's an NHL hip check there. Just a foul going to the advantage of Rodas and the San Jose Clash.
Rodas appears to be okay. Might have just had the wind knocked out of him as Doyle pushes forward. Bravo to Beitcher. The Killer Bees for Santa Clara when they won a co-championship a few years ago. Teaming up again in the pro ranks. Mella on the far side. Now to Martin. Rohan Martin.
And who was the coach of that Santa Clara team?
I haven't heard of him lately.
He hasn't done much lately, has he? Huh? He's only had some of the most impressive results ever for the U.S. national team.
Martin inside, looking for Wynalda. And the San Jose number 11 just a step late. And speaking of the 11s, both of them had success so far. Bill McDermott.
They really have, Phil, in particular on the left wing.
Near side, Mella still loose, headed clear by Lee, and Harkes will send it up towards midfield. Bill?
Exactly right, Phil. In particular, Mauro Gori, the young Argentinian here in the left flank for DC United. When he makes his runs, he's making them very quickly. He's showing early, and they are rewarding him quickly. John Harkes at central midfielder is telling Echeverry and Suarez to show quickly and show early. And if you do that, I'll get the ball for you. Eric Wynalda, the other 11 for the Clash, at his best when he's going at the people with the ball at his feet. Back to you, Phil.
Near side throw in for Gori. Take a look at Wynalda. He has been heavily marked here in the first half, but has had a few cracks on goal. Echeverry loses control over the end line. It'll be a goal kick, but a dangerous play just a couple of inches away.
Echeverry has already shown us his strength on the ball and his confidence in holding off defenders. Puts the stiff arm out, he tries to spin the other way, and the whole time El Diablo, the devil, he's got eyes in the back of his head. He knows what's going on around him as well.
Battle near midfield. Medved tries to push it for Diaz Arce and can't get it there. John Harkes has worn the captain's armband for the U.S. a couple of times as well. Medved more the indoor player, but has had some success outdoors. The youngster Mella to Wynalda, the backfield for Beitcher. Down into the corner. as the wave has begun here at Spartan Stadium.
Well, for both of these teams, the opening game jitters should have pretty much worn off. Only about 8.5 minutes remaining in this first half of play.
Nedved pushing forward. Finds the Richie Williams. Echeverry into the middle. And headed clear by Dyack again. We've talked about the number 11s, but the number 12, Dyack, has come up big, as has that man, John Doyle, the anchor of the San Jose defense.
And Echeverry has proven to be dangerous coming down either side and getting crosses into the box.
And the corner kick, looking back post. Williams comes down with it, the shortest man on the pitch. Taken down by Beitcher, and a free kick for D.C. Some 10 yards from the end line. Not really a shooting situation, most likely, for Lanier, but he'll have to watch for a quick header as D.C. bound to put numbers up. Looks like Harkes. He normally takes the corner kick from this side, and he will take the free kick. D.C. sends it in, near post, headed clear. Who said you can't shoot from there?
Probably hoping to connect with a near post run. Instead, it was cleared out of there by Tim Martin.
Bravo tries to keep it alive, or at least send it over the sideline, but it goes across the end line. Quickly taken. Harkes fires the shot. Doesn't get it to the near post, but you can see Echeverry thinking quickly. He had numbers with two talented players there, and Harkes did get the shot off. And he has been known to score. You see, he scored the first American goal at Wembley Stadium. Also, back when in his Sheffield Wednesday days, had the goal of the year in the English First Division, knocking one past former English national keeper Peter Shilton from some 40 yards out. Not bad in the air either.
Harkes going up hard to win that one.
Gorey comes down with it. Past Mella, the Argentine number 11, pushing it forward for D.C. A little too much on that one. All the way inside the 18 for Lanier.
We've talked about Mario Gorey, the number 11 for DC United, just 23 years of age. He spent the last 3 years playing with Rosario Central in Argentina, normally one of the better clubs in the Argentinian professional league.
And he has been dangerous, as Bill mentioned earlier. And he's bound to get a few more cracks as time plays on. But Mella into the middle, pushing it forward for Beitcher. It looked like Wynalda might be the one offside, and Wynalda having a few words with a Chilean youngster in the middle. Beitcher on the far side, the San Jose number 8, and Wynalda. It looked like Waldo might have been the one offside. Beitcher might not have been.
The issue was not Wynalda. He was not involved in the play. If he was, in fact, coming out. But it was Beitcher who just sprinted in much too soon.
Near side, Mauro Gorey. Far side, Echeverry. D.C. having a hard time holding on to possession in the offensive side. Nice play by the 23, Rodas, the newcomer.
Rodas looked really tough in the tackle there. Built low to the ground.
Martin looking for the cross. Back post over Causey, still in play. It'll be a goal kick off Mella. Under 5 minutes left to go. And of course, the elder statesman of golf hitting the links for the first major on the tour. Hale Irwin -10 in that one. Jack Nicklaus looking for his 4th title in the tradition, but it will not be easy. He is one shot back. This is the first major of the senior PGA Tour. We'll get the opportunity to see it a little bit later on today.
A very critical stage to this game, just over 4 minutes remaining in the half, and if DC United wants to sting and really take this crowd out of the match and set the tone for the second half, they'd like to steal a goal here. And the pressure for San Jose Clash right now is to create a goal for this great home crowd, and that would relieve so much pressure if they would be able to get onto the scoreboard.
4 minutes left in the half. Nedved tries to hold off Rodas. Wynalda kicks it into the air. And pushing forward. Bravo called for the foul on Harkes. Quickly restarted by Keough. To Echeverry, and that's a battle of internationals. Echeverry and Aroha. And this one will go against the Bolivian.
That's a great battle, a duel there between experienced international stars. Ben Aroha coming out ahead on the call there. Echeverry, though, very difficult to dispossess on the ball because he's so strong with his arms to shield it.
And he is getting more and more involved in the play. With more on that, Bill McDermott.
Marco Echeverry, that's why he wears the number 10 shirt, Phil. He's really working from side to side. He's coming back to show early, and when he shows, he knocks it back. Then they send it forward again, so they're very content to wait for him to show. Then they'll push it forward, then go back, then go forward again. When they knock it back, Gorey will make a run to the opposite wing. So it's pretty much orchestrated by the number 10 shirt, Marco Echeverry.
Doyle, the number 3 for San Jose, trying to get something started. You can see Echeverry just one touch away from getting Suarez on the full run. And Suarez now has it. Near side, Diaz Arce unmarked. In the box, and the flag comes up offside. Just a split second too late.
A giveaway there again by San Jose, deep in their own end. And the quick counterattack by DC United. It's Eminalo, I believe, who gave it away, but this ball played in now to the number 21, Diaz Arce. He had broken in behind too early and was caught in the offside position.
Echeverry showing a little bit of frustration. Doyle getting set to kick it away. First offside against DC so far. Lee jumps high to Harkes. His ball forward for Diaz Arce. Guarded by Doyle, but Echeverry there to pick up the loose ball. Tries to send it near side for Williams, but Doyle comes out with the possession. Rodas across midfield. Rodas still on the ball. The Guatemalan number 23 for San Jose. Paying big dividends through the legs of Harkes, and he's taken down by Gorey. That'll be a card.
Well, we were treated here to some quick dribbling skills. First, some hard tackling there. Richie Williams tangling up with Rodas, then puts it through the legs of Harkes, and Gorey just wipes him out. Very deliberately, out of frustration. And the yellow card goes to the 23-year-old Argentinian, Mario Gorey.
The yellow card also going to teammate Michael Eminalo, the 30-year-old from Boston University in Aba, Nigeria, losing his cool and having a few words for the referee, so a couple of yellows.
There you go. Just quick little nutmeg on Harkes, and then Gorey launching him with the late tackle.
Getting more physical. Mella taken down by Gorey again, and with the yellow card, he better be careful.
Things have been very heated most of this match. The midfield tussles, the tackles, the individual duels there.
60 seconds left in the first half of play. Mella to Wynalda, and just over the bar, just wide of his near post.
The fans want to see goals. They've seen some very spirited play and tough tackling, mostly at midfield, though.
0-0, no score, but there's plenty of action. And for people who might not have heard earlier, when the clock hits 0, the first half is over. The official time on the board, not on the field. Coming up at halftime, we'll have some special guests. We'll give you an idea of what those will be in just a moment as the far side Keough's taken down. We'll have a youth soccer spotlight and a chat with, I'm sure, one of their heroes, Alexi Lalas, on the field with her own Bill McDermott. Time winding down, just 10 seconds left. Keough's taking his time. One long blast upfield. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Up to Martin, near midfield, cleared away by Harkes as the first half has come to a close. 0-0. DC against San Jose. Halftime fun and festivities as the inaugural game continues of the MLS on ESPN.
Most people work hard to get to the Olympic Games, but some lucky people can get there just by picking up their phone. Now, with every AT&T International Direct Dial call you make from home, you get a chance to win a trip to the Olympic Games automatically. Every AT&T call is another chance to win. Besides, pressing these is a lot easier than pressing this. That's your true choice, AT&T.
The new Civic from Honda. More powerful, more refined, more responsive. yes, it's bigger.
$374-90042.
Account code.
963400.
Key code. Since the last thing you need is one more number to remember, MasterCard is developing the single-digit PIN code. Someday, a computer chip in your card will recognize your unique mark, so your personal identification code is personal. It's how the future will be paid for. MasterCard. It's smart money.
They don't play kick the can like you used to. They don't dress the same way. They learned to read 3 years before you did. They've never owned a record. So why are you taking pictures of them with the same old film? Try Fujicolor Super G Plus film. Because your pictures should be nostalgic. Your film shouldn't.
The inaugural game of Major League Soccer is presented by Honda, the official vehicle of MLS, by MasterCard. MasterCard, the official card of Major League Soccer in World Cup '98. And by Fujifilm. Fujifilm, a new way of seeing things. Well, one half of play is out of the way in the inaugural game for Major League Soccer. Phil Schoen and Keough, and for the first game, there's been quite a good amount of scoring chances, a good level of play.
Well, what we've really seen up to this point is a great deal of energy expended by both teams. Very hard and fast play, but they haven't settled into a good enough rhythm to really open up the other team's defenses and create true goal-scoring chances.
D.C. and United and the San Jose Clash getting a crack at the first game in MLS history, but for D.C. in the Eastern Conference, it won't be easy from here on out.
Well, they are expected to be favorites in the Eastern Conference of the Major League Soccer, and we look at that, but the Columbus Crew will have Paul Caligiuri as well as Dr. Khumalo, the Tampa Bay Mutiny, of course, with Carlos Valderrama, the New England Revolution, of course, Alexi Lalas and Mike Burns, and the New York Metro Stars, Tony Meola, the USA World Cup goalkeeper, will be in goal for them. And then, of course, San Jose, we're watching today's match. They'll be up against Jorge Campos in the Los Angeles Galaxy and Marcelo Balboa with the Colorado Rapids. The Kansas City Wiz have Frank Klopas, Mike Sorber, and the Dallas Burn, Leonel Alvarez, who teamed in midfield during the World Cup with Carlos Valderrama.
Plenty more action coming your way, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more crowded stadiums as well as MLS is underway. Our next broadcast comes your way on the Deuce with Kansas City taking on those Dallas Burn. 8:30 o'clock Eastern time, April 18th at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. We'll be there. I hope you can join us. Every game will be presenting a youth soccer spotlight. As tonight's team, the Westchester United, a girls 18 and under team from the California Youth Soccer Association in Los Angeles. The United finalists in last summer's Aloha International Tournament. I'm sure one of their heroes is the man who will be joining us next, Alexi Lalas of the U.S. national team and New England Revolution, next on E!
Most nights we get our highlights, satellite dishes, but not always.
He's here.
Make a hole, people. Come on.
Here's the highlight. You might want to check out the third quarter.
You sure you can't stay?
I gotta get back. I have an early practice tomorrow.
This is the day that sports fans have been waiting for since the World Cup, and one of the stars they were introduced to a couple of years ago, Alexi Lalas, and he'll be joining our own Bill McDermott down on the sideline. Bill?
Thank you very much, Phil. You know, last night while we were preparing for this game, this inaugural game of MLS right here in San Jose, down the coast in Burbank, one of America's premier soccer ambassadors was making some stops of his own, namely at The Tonight Show.
He just returned to the United States to play for the New England Revolution. This is a brand new Major League Soccer organization. Brand new thing happening. The league debuts tomorrow. He is here tonight. Please welcome Alexi Lalas. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'm trying to think of a name, like the Rasputin of soccer, I think might be good.
Yeah. You guys ready for the weekend or what?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we're here live with Alexi Lalas, the Rasputin of soccer, as Jay Leno called you. You're being cool in the Tonight Show now. It's 2 appearances.
Yeah, man. I'm totally jaded, you know. It's no big thing anymore. No, it was awesome. It was great publicity for the league, and it was fun as hell.
Speaking of this league, Alexi, you open up next week for the New England Revolution against the Tampa Bay Mutiny in Tampa. A chance to play against your old friend and foe, Carlos Valderrama.
Right. I mean, I'm here, you know, scouting and having a good time, and we open up next week against Carlos, like you said, and the rest of the Tampa Bay Mutiny, and I just can't wait to stop talking about it and get playing. And this atmosphere makes me want to play even more. It's incredible here. I wish people that are out there watching it, whatever you're feeling, times it by 1,000,000, because it's incredible.
You know, you talked about atmosphere, Alexi. I think John Doyle pointed out best prior to the game when he said it's great to be home playing.
Exactly. I mean, Tony Miola and I were talking before. I mean, I was out there on the field before when they were announcing it, and it's an incredible feeling, and you know, you don't want to get too corny, but it was so emotional for a lot of us that have been dreaming about this for so long, and to finally have it come true, it's awesome.
You've made a lot of CDs, 2 of them in particular, Woodland and Jet Lag. Does Jet Lag refer to your whirlwind tour as a soccer player?
Exactly. I mean, most of American players have been all over the world, traveling around, playing in different countries, and for me, you know, it's great to get back here.
Thank you, Alexi, very much.
Thanks a lot.
Alexi Lalas, folks, we're at halftime at Spartan Stadium, San Jose, the MLS Inaugural. No score, but stay with us. We're coming back right after this with first half highlights.
Official supplier to Major League Soccer.
What, is this your idea of excitement? Let me tell you about exciting, okay? Driving around a racetrack at over 200 miles an hour, that's exciting. These are just flakes.
Well, what do you think?
These are really good. They're crispy, too.
Really?
Yeah, they're mighty good even with nothing on them. What are they?
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah. Kellogg's Corn Flakes? How could I be so dumb?
You got 500 miles to think about it.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Taste them again for the first time.
Most people work hard to get to the Olympic Games, but some lucky people can get there just by picking up their phone. Now, with every AT&T International direct dial call you make from home, you get a chance to win a trip to the Olympic Games automatically. Every AT&T call is another chance to win. Besides, pressing these is a lot easier than pressing this. That's your true choice, AT&T.
Welcome back to Spartan Stadium. No score in the inaugural game. The United against the Clash here in San Jose. Plenty of other action continuing on ESPN. Major League Baseball comes your way. The Yankees taking on the Rangers. Don Mattingly's not there, but Wade Boggs still is, and the Rangers still have Pudge and Juan Gonzalez. Sunday night baseball, the Yankees and the Rangers at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Pacific. Mentioned here in San Jose, plenty of kids, no score, but plenty of excitement for everyone involved, Ty, here in the first half.
We've definitely been entertained by Marco Echeverri with his individual dribbling skills. And here he is under pressure, holding the ball, lifting it. Look at him muscle the defender away from the ball, keep possession here in a tight crowd. He was able to keep the attack going despite heavy attention from the San Jose defense. Echeverri still under control, spinning, turning, holding off another defender, and then playing the ball forward. But then San Jose had some chances going the other way and some dribbling skills too. Benny Roja, a quick little step over, a change of pace, and he breaks in on the left side of the DC United defense, whips across in there, and it comes out to Mella, and it's blocked then near the goal line by Sean Medved.
Take a look at the statistics in half number one. We saw San Jose did get a number of cracks on goal, but towards the end, DC kind of evened it up.
a pretty even match. As I mentioned, a lot of it really contested at midfield, and all of those fouls are indicative of the energy going into just trying to disrupt the other team's rhythm, and it's not allowed these teams to really be able to open up their attacks and create the space necessary to really threaten the other team's goal.
See a lot of kids here today in attendance, and occasionally throughout the year, we're talking about the new generation of soccer stars, but what about the next generation? What do they think? Well, we're asking them, and they get the chance to ask their very own MLS stars.
Hi, my name is Shannon Begnell, and I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I have a question for Eric Wynalda. You scored more goals than any player in the U.S. history. Which one was your most memorable?
Well, Shannon, I have to say that my most memorable goal would be the goal I scored in Detroit in the World Cup against Switzerland. It was a very important goal for us. We got a tie out of it, and a lot of confidence going into the game against Colombia.
That was a huge goal, without a doubt, but an even bigger one could be here today. 45 minutes left in the inaugural game of Major League Soccer, scoreless at the half on ESPN.
In this ancient land, in this forbidden place, Laura Bowman went to the ends of the earth to live the adventure of a lifetime. From acclaimed director John Boorman comes the epic story of one woman's unforgettable journey beyond Rangoon.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket.
When they shattered his world,
they killed the woman I loved. There is no payback for that. Really?
He went looking for revenge.
I know who you are. Will you help me?
But what he found was something more.
Let's play.
Antonio Banderas.
Did I thank you?
No, you didn't.
I will.
Desperado.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket.
Victorious in Mexico City, the U.S. now looks to defend the Davis Cup. In the Davis Cup quarterfinals, the U.S. versus the Czech Republic from Prague continues tomorrow on ESPN.
Tradition. It's something established and consistent. It's one of the biggest senior PGA Tour events of the year. The Tradition, presented by Scott's. Coverage continues tomorrow live at 5:30 p.m. only on ESPN.
Inside every person who needs a minivan is someone who swore they'd never buy one. For that someone, Honda created Odyssey, with 4 doors and a fold-away third seat. It's the minivan for people who deep down inside aren't minivan people. Odyssey, the Honda of minivans.
The inaugural game of Major League Soccer is presented by Bondi, Action Satisfaction, and by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth. See John Harkes hopping around in the center circle. D.C. United gets the chance to start things off here in half number 2. No score, but plenty of action. And when you hear, even during the break, some of the music they're playing, stuff that you normally hear in Amsterdam, and a little bit of a quick start as Gorey trying to get a quick jump on the far side. They'll bring it back to the center circle and do it again. But things you normally hear in Europe, and now the emotion, the tension in this crowd. And they still try it again, looking for Gorey. But back quickly. Mella keeping the pressure off of San Jose. It does go over the end line. Rodas cannot catch it up. And it will be a throw-in for D.C. And we'd like to thank Nike and all of our MLS sponsors for allowing us to bring you today's game commercial-free. The throw-in just a touch too high. The white-clad number 3, John Doyle, skies high, tries it again, an elbow, but no call. Down in the box. Diaz Arce, the ball comes back in. He is still down. They will not bring the flag up. It will come straight down to Lanier, and the referee will advise the San Jose keeper to throw it out. And they'll have a chance to take a look at the El Salvadoran, and John Doyle came in hard. That's what he's known to do.
It's Doyle's job to win those high balls in his penalty area. He's always been dominant in the air. You'll see him go up, Diaz Arce in front. They bump first, and then reaching over him And just a little bit of contact, I think, from Doyle's forearm near the face of Diaz Arce. I don't think it's a serious injury. I mean, you don't like as a forward to have that defender hanging on your back and hammering on you a little bit as Doyle did, but I think he's exaggerating. There you go. He got some of the elbow. Got some of the elbow across the nose or cheekbone. There's Doyle reaching forward. And there was pretty good impact there. I take it back. He's got to be feeling that a little bit.
Is that, or should that have been, a penalty kick? It's inside the box.
You know, players tussling for the ball. It needs to be a deliberate foul. It needs to be a late foul. This is just John Doyle going up, tussling and battling to win it.
Diaz Arce up. A little bit the worse for wear. He'll jog off the field to receive a little bit more treatment. The scoring leader in the El Salvadorian First Division last year, 25 goals for L.A. Firpo, and he is known to put the ball in the net, and he's had a few cracks at it here today. The throw in from D.C., the gentlemanly thing from the United captain John Harkes. He'll throw it across the end line. Lanier will restart it for San Jose.
A real neat bit of really what is normally international protocol in soccer. Through the injury situation, the ball had been thrown out deliberately by Lanier, and so as a gesture, the DC United team gave possession back when the game restarted.
Harkes tries to get it to his own teammate, but it goes all the way over the near sideline, and John Doyle will track it down for the San Jose throw.
John Harkes has to be a little bit disappointed in his performance of the first half. He had a couple of early touches that didn't go his way. Things certainly did go his way and the way of the U.S. national team with a phenomenal performance at Copa America last summer.
Didn't score a lot of goals, but he led the attack, led the midfield. Solid performer, and only Enzo Francescoli was ruled to have had as good a cup, and Uruguay and Francescoli won it all.
But what you can say about John Harkes is the consistency of his performances. He's always there right near the top of his game. And he's also what every coach loves, which is a two-way player. He's just as good winning the ball for you. He's just as good on your team when your team does not have the ball as he is playmaking and getting the ball forward when your team has possession of the ball.
Emanalo to Lanier, all the way upfield. Keough heading it across to Chicho Suarez. DC United wearing the black jerseys and red trunks, moving from the left to the right here in half number 2. And defending the goal to the right, the light jerseys of San Jose wearing the black trunks. No changes at halftime for either team. We'll try and catch you up to date on the lineups in case you missed it. Far side, Pezlagic, the Bosnian, pushing up from defense and does get a throw deep in San Jose territory for DC.
Troy Dyack on the right side of the San Jose defense has been playing a very hard-nosed style there. He got that ball out of danger there.
Inside, Dyack heads it across his own keeper, and lucky to have it cleared away by Bravo.
Obviously a little breakdown in communication there as Dyack headed the ball away just as Lanier wanted to grab it.
Budweiser bringing you the game summary here today, and there's a few things to keep an eye on. 3 yellow cards so far in the game. Raul Diaz Arce, the man who was injured just moments ago inside the San Jose box, got one early on for DC United. Then Gori on the foul and Emanalo on the descent with 1 minute from time in the first half, both getting carded for San Jose. Another thing to keep an eye on, 4-1 in offside. San Jose has been trapped a lot here. If they can beat the trap, and they almost have a couple of times, they might get a breakaway. Bravo pushing it forward to Mella, and they might have beaten the trap right here. Bytron went all the back post. Grabbed by Causey inside the 6.
It's turning into a goalkeeper's duel as both keepers continue to shine and seem to have no problems pulling down those crosses as Jeff Causey there almost nonchalantly just brought that one in out of danger.
Harkes, the captain, striding forward with purpose. Emanalo bangs it high in the air. Aroja, his teammate, the man he actually replaced in the World Cup when Aroja got hurt.
Nice bring down by Aroja there under a bit of pressure, but he dropped it like a feather on this Spartan Stadium turf. There's a good look at Richie Williams.
That was a nice bring down by him also.
Well,
Tim Martin went down very quickly.
Things got pretty heated there at a couple points in the first half with some hard tackling, a little bit of late tackling going on. I was hoping they'd get down to really playing a little bit more constructive soccer here in this second half.
Aroja looking for Beitzer. Wynalda will send it back to the 23. Rodas, the Guatemalan, with the shot that just narrowly misses. Might have gone a yard over the bar, but a good idea.
Not a bad idea at all. Sometimes the goalkeeper doesn't expect a shot from this distance, but it pops out here from Wynalda to Rodas. He's got some space in front of him. He looks up, and this ball has some swerve and dip to it that might have caused some problems to Jeff Causey, but he appeared to have it covered pretty well.
A rather even first half of play. What did they say in the dressing room to get set for the second half? Bill McDermott.
Well, first of all, Phil, for Bruce Arena for the DC United. Let's watch this play develop first.
Mello on the far side, Beitzer in the middle, and it skims through the 6 to the far side across the line, and a throw-in narrowly missed. Beitzer almost had the crack on the far post.
A good cross there by Mello and a quick counterattack by the San Jose Clash.
Bill?
Yeah, Bruce Arena said with the United's play, first half, opening moments kind of tense, exploratory, awfully packed pressure because of the proximity of closeness of the field. It's only 65 yards wide. Larry Callaway, on the other hand, said that Ben Aroja got in deep, but he wasn't direct enough. He wants to see the number 17 shirt, Tim Martin, a player who he says hardly ever has a bad game. He wants him to get out of the back and be more direct for the Clash.
Rodas to Mello, offside, the flag comes up. Still play on. The whistle did not blow, and Mello taken down in the box.
A very late flag going up. In fact, when the referee, S.C. Bahamas, might have looked initially to that far side, the flag was not up yet.
We talked about beating the offside trap. Maybe they didn't that time, but they almost get the crack on goal. As a nice spin away from danger for Emanalo, but he gives it back up in the midfield. Sean Medved. Into the center for Echeverry, taken down nicely by Doyle.
Excellent tackle by Doyle. He was able to target the ball.
Wynalda on the breakaway, but Keough on the good defense.
Things are opening up here, going end to end.
Aroja lets it skim off his head to the near side for Martin. Decent left foot. They'll try and push forward. The missed touch by Beitzer, grabbed quickly by Suarez. He comes back.
Good early ball out of the back by Keough, and oh, some nice dribbling by Harkes there.
John Harkes taking advantage of those training sessions and play at West Ham, pushing it forward to the number 9, and Chicho Suarez taken down 25 yards away. A good scoring opportunity. Harkes and Echeverry over quickly to talk it out. Suarez down, Dyack on the foul.
Suarez always a threat going forward. He gets the ball after Harkes puts on the dribbling exhibition in midfield, breaking through 3 San Jose Clash defenders. He unbalances them again, splits a couple of them, drops it into Diaz Arce, who's bumped from behind by Michael Emanalo.
Emanalo actually on the foul, and Juan Berti Suarez, arguably the best player ever out of Bolivia. And that seems hard to believe considering Marco Echeverry. But that's what they say, and he might even get the crack if he's healthy enough to try and get the shot here himself. But Harkes and Echeverry most likely the dangerous men.
Number 9, Suarez, goes by the nickname Chicho Suarez.
You can see Harkes lining up the attack, but Echeverry with the shot over the bar. They tried to lull San Jose to sleep, and they did get the crack on goal.
Tom Lanier, the young 25-year-old goalkeeper, has had some experience playing professionally in Austria with a couple of clubs over there.
Got a little bit of speed on that one. The Mitre power shot, 53 miles per hour.
And that wasn't really designed to be necessarily a power shot. He was looking more for some dip and swerve, something to get the ball around that wall and then in under the crossbar.
Throw in for San Jose near midfield. Far side, Wynalda drops it back to Mello. Victor Mello, the 21-year-old, to Wynalda, far side, Aroja chests it into the box, looking for the left foot, sends it across back post. Looked like he might be trying to get the shot, but it spins off his boot across to the far sideline for the throw.
Just a little bit of skill there by Ben Aroja as he took that driven ball from Wynalda all the way from the opposite side, and in full stride took it on his chest to drop it in behind the guy that was marking him, Richie Williams. So that's fun to watch, to see guys be able to execute under pressure those types of skills.
And they're going to say a deflection, so Mello will keep it in play for San Jose. Emanalo still in defense. Aroja pushing forward. Wynalda gets it down, looking for Beitzer. Martin on the back post. Guarded by Suarez, banged off of Martin. Now Harkes looking to break the trap. Echeverry, far side, Diaz-Arce sends it across. And a little bit too lazy on that one. Diaz-Arce a little bloodied, but he was in good position. But Emanalo heels it out of danger.
Echeverry perhaps there a bit too unselfish. He really could have continued to stream into the San Jose penalty area.
Medved to Suarez. He'll track back, looking for some green space.
But we are seeing here, as I said a couple of moments ago, there seems to be more space available. The game is a bit more spread out, more end-to-end. It's got to be more to Bruce Arena's liking. All of his Virginia teams known to be going forward every chance they got.
A little bit of miscommunication there. Peitzer thought Wynalda was going to continue the run. Instead, he cut it off and cut to the outside, and the number 8 sent it to the wrong spot. No problem for D.C. Near side, United. Echeverry dropping back to the midfield. You will see that a lot. Echeverry will try and show himself. Maybe not as much as another famous number 10. John Harkes can't get the cross in. The hard tackle by Bravo. Harkes asking for the crowd for more.
That's great.
ESPN 2 on the deuce. More action from the Grand Prix of Argentina. Michael Schumacher. Jacques Villeneuve making his return to the Formula One circuit. And you will get the chance to catch that Sunday, April 7th at 11:50 a.m. Lanier getting set for the kick. The United wearing the red and black. Challenging Lanier towards the right. White-clad number 3 Doyle and company for San Jose, pressuring from right to left against D.C. Wynalda has yet to have a solid crack on goal yet, and showing some frustration with an elbow against Lee, but no call. Baroja now on the throw. Rodas, who has been a find for Laurie Calloway and company. Still play on the left foot. Tries to send it in, but Medved solid on defense. Some 12 minutes gone here in half number 2. No score, but plenty of chances.
A good look there at Rodas, who was signed just 3 days ago by the San Jose Clash. Number 23 in the white shirt, Jorge Rodas.
Baroja headed across the end line. You see Thor Lee, the 20 for D.C. Look around with a look of frustration, and Cossey not too happy either. Instead of another throw, or perhaps clearing it away, it's a corner kick now for the dangerous Marco Echeverry.
Jeff Cossey, one of 4 former Virginia Cavaliers, starting today for the D.C. United team. In front of him, Jeff Agus, also formerly with Virginia. All played for Bruce Arena and won championships.
Rodas with the corner. Cleared away. Martin bangs into Echeverry. Still play on. Emanalo looked like he was trying to beat the trap single-handedly, but too much on it, and Cossey will send it all the way into the offensive side for D.C.
That's one way of doing it. Pop it over and just follow your own pass.
Near side for Williams, looking to get into the corner, gets past Bravo. Martins with the left foot, deflected across into the stands, and a throw in for San Jose.
Things cooling off here rapidly in the Bay Area at San Jose's Spartan Stadium. The sun now going down. It should give more energy to the players as the temperatures cool. It was a bit on the warm side at the start of this match.
Agus heading it to the middle. Medved banged into by Rodas. A little bit of return being fair play. Bravo taken down, still loose in the center circle. Medved now sending it to the near side. Williams, a nice touch for Harkes, but he brings it down with his hand. And they'll turn it around and send it back the other way. The Stars starting to shine here in the second half. Isn't that right, Bill McDermott?
Very much so, Phil. In particular, the number 6 shirt, John Harkes, the former Virginia Cavalier. He's really getting into the flow of attack. At central midfield, he's controlling it, looking up, taking people on. And when he does that, when he draws the defenders, people are running for him, and he is supplying the ball to them. Eric Wynalda is floating from the left wing back to the right wing, and when he does that on the right wing, Baroja shows for him from the left flank. He's getting much more direct. That's what Laurie Calloway wanted him to do. Phil?
Keough, the number 12. Solid as a rock in the D.C. United defense. Mentioned lives in Orlando now, but grew up in that soccer hotbed of Dallas. And as we mentioned, we'll get the chance to see Dallas a little bit later on. Williams to Echeverry, the full run, 2 men backward. Echeverry sends it across and just past Suarez.
The last pass there is still not quite there for Marco Echeverry and D.C. United, but they're looking more and more dangerous as they break down the right side. This is Richie Williams. Watch this beautiful first touch by Echeverry, drags it from behind, gets it out in front, and he maybe gets a little too cute with it here, looking to find his teammate at the far post with that outside of the foot pass with his left foot.
Suarez pushing forward, and D.C. pushing numbers up on the counterattack. Mentioned the number 12 for D.C. Well, there's Troy Dyack, who's also looking to try and get back in the national team graces of Steve Sampson. Sampson very familiar with Dyack here in the Bay Area. An enforcer of sorts, and along with Doyle, San Jose might have one of the more physical defenses in the MLS. Near side, Medved looking for Williams, but Aroha pinches forward to take it away. Eludes the tackle, Lee sends it across. And Keough sends it out of the box, but back to Aroha. The number 6 to Medved. Make that Martin on the overlap, and just over the head at the 6. Wynalda diving forward. Beitzer back post. Beitzer with Mella behind him if he wants to use him. Goes towards the end line, taken down outside the box.
This has been some really great action here. Things opening up. Jeff Beitzer there drawing the foul after taking on his defender, as he does so well. It's a good matchup here. Gorey defending against Beitzer. Gorey misses the ball, takes out Beitzer's legs instead. So it'll be a dangerous free kick from that right side.
Beitzer, the former Bronco from Santa Clara, setting up the free kick. We are scoreless. Just under 29 minutes left to go. San Jose, the free kick over Doyle. Down at the spot and cleared away by Medved.
You look at Michael Emenalo on the ball there. He sends the ball in too soon, and San Jose is caught offside. But Emenalo and Ben Aroha both starred for Nigeria in the World Cup in '94, and it was Hakeem Olajuwon who was coming out to watch the Nigerian team play. A great fan of soccer. In fact, a goalkeeper in his day with the Nigerian youth team.
I want to touch back on that last play in just a moment if we get the opportunity, because John Doyle might have just cost his team a goal. Fireside throw-in for D.C., but Doyle coming back, running back against the play. Passive offside, supposed to be the rule.
Put his hand on the ball.
Put his head on it with Mello running on. If the ball goes over Doyle, there might have been a breakaway in the box.
Because
for
Mello, in fact, was not in an offside position.
Looking to beat the offside the other way, and Martin clears it out of danger, but heading towards the end line. Emenalo can't keep it in. It'll be a corner kick for D.C., and John Harkes heading over to take it.
Still no score, but you can sense a goal coming either way. And I think part of that has to do, we mentioned earlier that these teams have been together only for about 4.5 weeks. And you have to wonder about the fitness levels and defensively whether the defenders are still going to have the energy to stay with some of these great attacking players.
Harkes trying to slow down the runs, looking for Suarez. Now over for Arce, headed up by Doyle. Lee whiffs on the volley, gets in front of the clearance from Aroha, but over the sideline and a throw for San Jose.
Look there at Thor Lee, been a solid defender, stalwart today for D.C. United.
6 feet, 165 pounds. Looks younger than his 30 years of age, but it's been a while since he played near here. Cal State Northridge just a few hundred miles to the south. Wynalda is trying to sky for that loose ball. Brought down by Martin nicely, and Doyle sends it up for Beitzer. Keough's trying to shield him away. Beitzer to the inside, brings it down, but Keough turns him nicely. Good no call. Keough, despite the boos from the crowd, a nice job of defense. Wynalda still has it on the right foot, looking for the shot, but getting in the way. Kozlagic nicely on defense.
A moment ago, Jeff Keough really with some good defending, but he may have gotten away with just a little bit of a hold on Jeff Beitzer, but not enough to get called for the penalty.
Gorey for Williams. Martin gets ahead on it, a throw in for D.C. Echeverry showing himself. You see Keough there. Very physical as well. And Echeverry called for the foul in that corner. He was on a similar foul 3 minutes into his World Cup campaign that he kicked out in frustration and drew a red card, ending his World Cup history and ending Bolivia's hopes.
At least for that World Cup, yeah. We looked at it a moment ago at Jeff Keough. He appears to be tired. He's putting the hands on the knees. He's breathing heavily. And something that Bruce Arena, the coach for DC United, mentioned was that he didn't have as much good weather to train in as some of the other MLS teams, including San Jose.
Beitzer looking for the number 23 Rodas. Keough's there again quickly. A gutsy effort. Heels it across the sideline. The throw in for San Jose, deep in DC territory. And playing with just 3 defenders, that could cause some problems for DC. And a whistle, illegal throw. Aroja 10 yards away from where he should have taken it.
Well, you have to say it does take a little bit of guts to play with just 3 defenders, and that's always been Bruce Arena's philosophy. Let his teams play, let them get forward with numbers. A 5-man midfield, 4-man midfield, sometimes 3 men running up front. Right now for DC United, it is 3 men as Echeverry has stepped all the way up alongside Diaz-Arce as well as Suarez.
Beitzer bringing it down, but he was offside as San Jose caught again. Nearing the midway point of half number 2.
You mentioned U.S. national team coach Steve Sampson a moment ago. He played his college soccer in this stadium at San Jose State in 1976. I played against him in a game here when I was playing for St. Louis University.
Looking for Beitzer in the box, gets ahead on it. Aroja fires the shot, and Keough with an amazing save. And a reaction save by Keough saves DC.
Again, causing the danger there is Ben Iroha with his aggressive attack. You look at this tussle going on between Beitzer and Keough. Now Ben Iroha wins it, and he does get his foot to it. He can't poke it past Jeff Keough, though, but causing all kinds of problems. Beitzer battling away. Iroha very quickly reacting. Did get his toe to the ball, but was not able to then drive it past Jeff Keough.
Far side, Chicho Suarez keeps it in play, but only to save the throw rather than the goal kick. It has been a physical game, but there's been a lot of flow here in the second half as far as fouls go as we near the midway point. Jeff Keough has seen a lot of action. Wynalda also fights run is inside, continues to move to the inside. And speaking of Keough, speaking of fouls, there's another one and a free kick, and this is Eric Wynalda territory.
Keough may have been fortunate to not be yellow carded there as Wynalda, with a full head of steam, was about to try and split the DC United defense. We'll have a look at it. Wynalda with his head up, cuts inside. Keough misses the ball, gets there late, and takes out the shins of Wynalda. And from up here, that looks like a bit of a professional foul, as Keough knew he really didn't have a shot at the ball anymore.
San Jose, not as many fouls in the second half. Wynalda, keep an eye on him. Everyone else is likely window dressing. A 6-man wall for DC. Keough on his line. Wynalda, that ever dangerous right foot. Wynalda shoots near post. It hit the post. The deflection goes wide. Miller up quickly. Fires the shot. Keough might have gotten a fingertip on it, but Wynalda narrowly missed the first goal in MLS history.
I think we're going to have to call that perhaps the all-time greatest save in Major League Soccer history. This is Wynalda swerves it around, and does Keough? Yes, he does, with the extended left hand, just tip it off the goalpost, and then the rebound shot by Melo was just as dangerous. What a save by Jeff Keough, because that ball was really struck with a lot of power, not to mention the curve on it that Wynalda was able to generate on it.
Emanalo standing back in defense along with Dyack. Instead, they'll move Aroja up for the corner. Cleared away. The lone man up front right now, Chicho Suarez, but getting some company as he sends it to the middle for Echeverry. But taken away. Still onside as Diaz-Arce comes back. John Harkes looking for the pass on the near side, did not get it. All the way across the end line and a goal kick. Some miscommunication for DC. If they go near side, Harkes might have had a one-on-one.
I was pretty impressed overall with that, though, because Chicho Suarez appeared when he first received the ball to have only white shirts around him, but suddenly appearing in support was Echeverry as well as Diaz-Arce. And then DC United even created options, as you mentioned, on the far side. Richie Williams and John Harkes looking for this switch of the point of attack.
Mario Gori, DC's number 11, the Argentine midfielder. Heads it out of bounds. San Jose throw. Getting set for our first substitution. We'll tell you who and how in just a moment. But Beitzer quickly to the near side for Aroha on that dangerous left foot. Williams back to defend and does nicely to take it away from the Nigerian, but still in play, and Thor Lee kicks it across the end line. Aroha having a few words, looking for the foul. Williams up slowly.
Williams anticipated very well Ben Aroha's next move, got the inside angle, and then took the physical punishment for it.
Getting set for our first substitution if we get it in time. Rodas on the near side, getting set for the corner, and they will stop it as Sean Medved about to exit his first MLS game and getting set to step into history. Mike Keough, one of the last players added to this DC United squad, made the 16-man game day roster, and the 24-year-old who nearly won an A-League title last year with the Atlanta Ruckus, now stepping onto the pitch for the DC United. The Guatemalan Rodas with the right foot, looking for the back post. Wynalda loses his footing, but did bang it towards goal. The deflection cleared away over the far sideline, and Melo over quickly for the throw.
Well, at the moment, this would be at least a 1-0 scoreline for San Jose and Eric Wynalda, if not for the save by Jeff Keough on that free kick.
Keough coming up big a couple of times here in half number 2. Quick reactions and a great athletic save. Anyone who doubted if he was MLS caliber has to take that thought back quickly. Near side, Martin Aroha. Throw in as Keough in quickly on defense.
Ben Aroha, number 6 for San Jose in the white shirt there, has been one of the biggest threats on goal this entire game, and he's looking more and more dangerous as we get into this second half. Jeff Beitzer also looking more and more dangerous as there appears to be more space out there for him to work in.
Waldo on the far side, that's where he is, bringing the ball to his left foot, looking for the cross. He'll rifle it in. Keough with the fingertip grab.
Just dominant in the air. Jeff Keough has been able to come up with every cross sent into his box.
Near side, Harkes brings it down. The captain for DC pulling down Tim Martin. Both of them go tumbling. A foul will be called, and Harkes will likely get a card. He will. John Harkes joins the card parade. Joining the game, Mike Keough, the Milwaukee native. And with more on Mike, the substitute, let's go down to Bill McDermott. Bill?
Michael Keough came on, Phil. He's an all-time favorite of Coach Bruce Arena. You want endurance? This is the guy who's going to give it to you. Last year in October, he hiked 300 miles on the Appalachian Trail, so he is endurance and more. A little bit earlier, Eric Wynalda struck a free kick and curled it severely around the wall. He was doing just the same thing in Thursday at practice here for the Clash, saying how easy it is to curl this new official miter ball.
The Ultimax narrowly missing the net, and Lanier out quickly to grab it in front of Suarez.
Not to be ignored has been the performance of Tom Lanier in goal for San Jose. He came out very well there with some courage to scoop up that dangerous ball.
The Chico State grad, not even a thought on MLS coaches' minds until the combines. And if I recall, he was discovered even down at the LA Combine, but caught the attention of Laurie Calloway, the San Jose coach, enough that now he's starting in the first MLS game in history. Far side, Kozlagic throwing it forward, looking for Harkes. Loose ball, Williams loses it. Thor Lee pushing it forward, almost splits the defense to Diaz Arce.
Amanalo has some long strides there. He was able to just get a toe to that ball.
Take a look, number 21, Diaz Arce, and the number 10 for San Jose, Victor Melo, who's played a solid game on that right flank. The age of 21, still has the legs to run end to end, and he has done just that. Keough's pushing forward, just a little too much on it. Amanalo, the only one who can track it back, and he'll get it to Lanier.
Talking about Mike Keough, number 18 in black for DC United, who just came on as a substitute. He also was a strong performer for the U.S. Olympic team in '92. A close call, offside call there.
Very close. 16 minutes left to go in the game. You take a look at Keough jogging back.
At the Barcelona Olympics, a member of the U.S. squad.
Keough on the ball. Scoreless, DC United. Keough playing for them, wearing the black and red, defending the goal to the left. Trying to attack it in front of a hometown sellout record, a crowd of more than 32,000 in attendance here at Spartan Stadium, the hometown San Jose Clash. They're wearing the light jerseys with the black trunks and red numerals, moving from the right to the left. And Lanier, the keeper, in the red and black, getting set to boot it away.
And a very boisterous crowd they have been all evening. Can you imagine the eruption should San Jose be able to find a way to solve Jeff Causey, the goalkeeper at the other end for DC United?
And that's a puzzle many people might have a problem with. The all-time shutout leader in Virginia history. He's doing a great job here today. Suarez. Speaking of good jobs getting out of danger, dropping it back for Harkes on the right foot. Keough to his outside. Harkes loses his balance and coming away with it, Ben Aroha.
The second time Harkes has had some trouble with his footing.
The number 17, Martin. And Harkes collide again, and the foul will once again go against the DC United
these
captain.
two have been having a battle, and Harkes got to watch himself. He does have that yellow card. He just swung an elbow there at Martin.
Bravo, a tackle from behind on Lee.
Things
Actually,
heating
Richie
up.
Williams.
Things heating up again, as they did during part of that first half. Teams frustrated, not able to get the goals that they need, resorting to fouling.
Schuweiler and Martin bang into each other. No foul called. Martin looking for it. This just the first of our many MLS games in this 1996 campaign, and our next stop on the Deuce, April 18th in Dallas. The Big D, the Burn, playing host to the Kansas City Wiz in Frank Klopas, 8:30 p.m. If you can't be there, be here on ESPN2. Lanier across midfield, the long goal kick headed by Lee across the near sideline. It'll be a throw-in for San Jose in their own territory. Just under 14 minutes left.
Good look at number 5, Michael Emenalo. Had a good game defensively, and he has the international experience for Nigeria coming to the fore here and able to thwart many of DC United's attacks. Michael Emenalo. S.C. Bahamas, the referee in the middle for today's match.
Done a good job keeping this one under control. A few too many offside, but I think you have to give credit to the DC defense. Far side, Gorey.
Sweet ball there from Echeverry.
Looking to the middle, over Diaz Arce. Headed clear by the defense across the far sideline, and Gorey getting set for the throw.
Echeverry's got some surgical precision most of the time with the outside of that left foot.
Inside for Diaz Arce, cleared away by Doyle.
Both teams obviously still playing for the win. For San Jose, they've got this record crowd, over 32,000 here. They want to please these folks, have them come back for more matches here in Spartan Stadium. For DC United, they're trying to prove that they have one of the most potent attacks, at least on paper, in this league.
Causey coming out to try and get there before Wynalda, and he does. All the way across midfield. Suarez keeps it alive. Harkes pushes forward. Williams comes down with it to Harkes. Harkes tries to spin away from Doyle. The former U.S. captain, current Clash captain, read it all the way. San Jose, plenty of action left to go on the 14th of this month. On Sunday, the 14th, they'll be in Dallas. April 21st, their next home game against Kansas City. For D.C. on the 13th, they'll be taking on the Columbus Crew in their opener at home. And then they will get their first crack at the home crowd April 20th against the LA Galaxy. Paul Holliher, the former Santa Clara Bronco, former teammate in college with Bravo and Beitzer on their way to a co-national championship into the game.
DC United still playing with just 3 backs. They're looking to win this game. It doesn't pay much to win. A shootout victory only gets you 1 point, and a shootout loss gets you none.
Doyle sends it to the near side, looking for Martin. Martin will send it all the way across to the substitute, Holliher. All-time leading scorer at Santa Clara, despite maybe losing some billing with Bravo and Beitzer. To the near side. Aroha, left foot. Martin on the overlap. Instead, he'll cut it to the inside. To the right foot. Holliher flipping it forward. Causey comes out. Loose ball. Collision. Inside the 6. It'll go across the end line for the corner kick.
Not much space in that DC United penalty area. Jeff Causey rushing out for the loose ball, and Thor Lee trying to be an obstacle to Ben Aroha. Have a look at it. And Aroha had made a great dribbling move, then played it into Hollaher. Look at the bump there by Thor Lee. He got away with something there. Easily could have been a penalty.
With Rodas being substituted, the youngster Mella on the corner kick. Doyle getting ahead on it, but can't turn it towards goal. Beitzer keeps it alive as Martin tracks back to pick it up. Emanalo.
He keeps trying that early ball over the top as DC United pushes out on the trap and hasn't connected yet.
He needs the forwards to run back a little bit quicker and maybe some midfielders to push forward as the season goes on. That will work once or twice.
They should be able to coordinate it better than they have this evening.
Mella tries to spin past Lee, does get the ball past him. Aroha can't keep it in play.
Mella, number 10 there for San Jose, has been a pretty entertaining player to watch. He changes direction very quickly.
Far side, Wynalda, the cannon shot, just wide of the post. Wynalda on the right foot, got it past Causey. Laurie Calloway can't believe that one missed wide.
It's Wynalda who is incredulous. He thought he had Jeff Causey beat. Look at Wynalda streaking forward, accelerating, striking the ball very well and very accurately, except for the last few inches as it curled just past the post.
Eric Wynalda has had a couple of cracks on goal. The only one who's come close to beating Jeff Causey.
That's twice now. Obviously, the huge save about 10 minutes ago off that free kick by Wynalda. Causey went full stretch to slap it away.
Mella, Hollaher on the far side. Hollaher inside. Mella, Wynalda. Wynalda the 11, looking for Mella the 10. Instead will go for the substitute, Hollaher. Using that right foot deftly, Wynalda offside. A lot of substitutions here in the second half in the late going. What could the effect be? Let's check in with our own Bill McDermott. Bill?
Well, with just about 8 minutes remaining in this second half, it's really no mystery why Laurie Calloway has brought on the number 14 shirt, Paul Hollaher. He's the leading scorer in Santa Clara's history. He's got offense and offense to burn. He's comfortable playing with Bravo and Beitzer as well. And Eric Wynalda, he certainly comes under the definition of a great player. That is, one who at any time during any game can alter its outcome, and he just about did there for the Clash.
Remember, it's 3 points for a win, only 1 for a shootout win for DC United. What's the point? They still maybe 1 point away from home. Do they maybe pack it in here in the late going?
I don't think so. I think both of these teams have already shown that they're going to scrap and fight right down to the final seconds to try and snatch those 3 points that you get for a victory in this league. It's not enough to go to the shootout. The most you could come up with 1 point.
A battle of number 6s results in the foul against Aroha. Started quickly by Lee, but DC can get nothing out of it with under 8 minutes left to go. Echeverry, Harkes, plenty of talent on this field that can score a goal in a moment's notice, and they have had their opportunities, but Lanier has come up big and Causey perhaps even more.
I think as these players play together longer in more matches, they're going to even find a way to be able to establish an attacking rhythm and really create more clear chances than they've been able to do tonight.
Near side, nice snag by Dave Gold, one of the assistant coaches for DC. Inside for Arce, loose ball, Martin to Mella. The youngster, nice job to keep it possession. Doyle will bang it back upfield. Looked like he could have done a little bit better with that.
I don't know, he didn't want to take the chance, and I think he was hoping maybe to hit the ball off of Diaz Arce and then get the throwing.
Echeverry with Harkes getting set for the throw, the DC captain. 6 years in exile, you might say, ended here tonight. And we'll get the chance to see many others return. Tab Ramos, his lifelong buddy Tony Miola as well, will get the crack at top-flight U.S. soccer. Harkes inside, headed on, and Lanier grabs it. It looked like it might have even come off of his own man's head.
It did come off of Doyle.
Mella looking for Wynalda. Agus heading it back.
Agus totally fortunate there as he was trying to just catch up with Eric Wynalda, that ball just popped off the back of his head. Otherwise, Wynalda was gone again. His acceleration is incredible.
You see Jeff Causey's been a busy man here in half number 2. Dyack shielding away Suarez for Lanier to get out quickly.
Eric Wynalda, number 11 for the San Jose Clash. He might be the target of this punt by the goalkeeper Lanier. He is.
It is.
But Wynalda, he has got that extra speed he seems to have on reserve to accelerate past defenders.
Aroha with Martin on his left tries to cut to the inside. The ball deflected. But to Mella. Mella on the right foot tries to split the defense, but 3 men, too many. Quickly turned upfield by Gorey, looking for Arce. But Raul Diaz-Arce shielded away by Doyle.
Doyle was there to clear again. A very intelligent defender, positions himself well and anticipates the play.
See Laurie Calloway, the San Jose coach. He's made 1 substitution. Try and get a little bit fresh legs out there. Rhoda's taken out and Holliher on. What will be the magic trick as Wynalda fights for it? Still looking for it as Agus goes down. Beitzer banging into Lee. Emanalo pushing it near side for Martin. The crowd rises. Martin with his right foot towards the spot. Wynalda couldn't jump high.
Agus there again to make the defensive play.
No score in the first game. 32,000 plus here in attendance at Spartan Stadium, but they have seen plenty of action. D.C. in the dark jerseys. From the left to the right, and Aroha called for a foul on Harkes. This one probably too far away for a crack at goal, but Echeverry quickly to Suarez. To the near side for Hugh Weiler. He'll try and send it in for Echeverry, who gets a head on it, but can't turn it towards goal. Holliher against Gorey on the far side, and the Argentine number 11 keeps it alive, but the pass inside and no one home.
There's no way you can question the physical effort of the players on both of these teams.
Harkes in the box. Looking for Diaz-Arce or Suarez, but knocked away by Dyack and Doyle. Beitzer. 1 player down, but play on. Beitzer with a man to his right, and he'll play it to Mella. They'll play on. Beitzer down also. Mella to the left foot. Mella at the top of the box. Cleared away, and Agus telling Echeverry to send it out of play. Harkes brings the ball down. The whistle comes. Beitzer down a little bit later, but it looks like cramps might have knocked out a DC player.
Agus again making a critical defensive play for DC United a moment ago. A yellow card coming up. Beitzer is down. Before that, one of the DC United players appears to have the cramp in the hamstring area.
And the foul and the yellow card against Fazlagic was taking down Beitzer right there.
You look at the card there. Hugh Weiler chasing Beitzer. Beitzer swerves nicely to the right, nearly gets past Fazlagic, and it's called a yellow card as a professional foul. He couldn't get to the ball, so he took out Beitzer's ankle. It's Richie Williams. He may have pulled a hamstring. At the minimum, he got a cramp there as he tried to stay with Michael Emanalo.
Another change as you see them deal with Williams. They just announced the sellout crowd, a new record here at Spartan Stadium, but the clock has stopped. 3:26. They will stop it, so the referee still has control over the clock. But instead of adding injury time, they just stop it. And with 3:26 left to go, they'll wait to get Williams off and probably substituted. As you take a look at this crowd, which has come here to witness history.
Well, if you want to know why it's still a scoreless game, look at the goalkeeping of Jeff Cossey here. That was that free kick from Wynalda. He stretches to the left and just barely tips it off the post. Remember, Mella had a great chance there at the rebound. And Jeff Cossey with the career all-time record for shutouts at the University of Virginia, showing his goalkeeping skills there as Richie Williams walks off the field. A lot of hard work by Williams on that right flank. He comes up with the cramp in the right hamstring. Entering the game, Eric Imler, a Washington, D.C. native who also played at the University of Virginia.
24-year-old, 5'9", 165, a little bit more defensive as he finds the ball fly up for Suarez. The crowd, the new record, 31,863. Here at Spartan Stadium as Aroha dances past Lee. Wynalda on the left foot, keeping it on the right now, looking for the shot, gets it far post, goal! Goal for Eric Wynalda! San Jose has scored! An amazing goal with the right foot into the side.
Jeff Cossey could not stop Eric Wynalda this time. You can sense it coming. As Wynalda, we mentioned, he has that extra gear of speed when he needs it to beat a defense. And then we'll watch it here. Wynalda collects the ball at the outside of his right foot. Now watch him accelerate one direction, then goes the other way and slots the ball nicely with the right foot into the far side netting past the outstretched left hand of Jeff Cossey.
You see, Gorey almost gets it as Wynalda celebrates. Gorey on the far post does get the corner kick, but San Jose is rocking. The clash with the first goal in MLS history. Will it be enough? 140 and counting. Near post headed clear by Bravo.
87-02.
Push forward. Inwood. D.C. they trail by one. Fezlagic, the foul near midfield. It'll be a kick for D.C. and Eggers looking to take it quickly. There is no injury time. When the clock hits 0, this one is over. 120 and counting. Eggers with the left foot. Looking for Diaz Arce, headed away by Bravo again.
DC United really risking a lot. They've got 6-7 players up near the San Jose penalty area.
145 and counting. Imler pushing it for Suarez. All the way up, looking for Wynalda, but too much as it goes all the way back to Causey. 130 and counting.
Not a bad idea by Holliher just to get it out, but maybe even spring Wynalda down the far side.
Doyle shields away the DC attack. Lanier comes up with it. 80 seconds left.
Michael Emanello motioning to his goalkeeper, Tom Lanier, to slow things down.
The crowd is standing. Just over a minute remaining, and how fitting would it be a substitute? Getting set to come on, Aroja, who plays an amazing game, steps off as the UCLA grad Eddie Lewis steps on.
You can't fault Causey, a player of Eric Wynalda's caliber, given just a little bit of time in the penalty area, can do so much damage, and the placement of the shot was the key there. He didn't try to overpower Causey. He just made sure it was out of his reach.
45 seconds and counting. How fitting is it that Eric Wynalda, the all-time U.S. goal scorer, scores the first goal in MLS history. Gorey looking for Suarez with 35 seconds left. Cleared high into the stands. And the clock will stop now. A time-delaying tactic. They will give DC a crack at this throw.
The referee has signaled for the clock to stop on the scoreboard, and they ran about an extra 5 seconds on it.
Throw in at 23. The clock will continue to run over the end line, and it might end here.
They're trying to correct. They held it up a little bit.
20 seconds. 19. Lanier will take his time. 15. 14. San Jose leads it 1-0. The first MLS game in history winding to a close. 7 seconds to Doyle as he shields it away. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and this one is over. San Jose wins it. The first game in MLS history goes to the Clash. The Casbah is rocking. 1-0 San Jose over DC United. Eric Wynalda jogs back to the box to celebrate. History has begun. The fireworks in San Jose. Clash 1, DC nothing on ESPN.
If you're looking for heart-pounding entertainment, then you've come to the right place. Two detectives are in a race against time because now the price of sin is death. Don't miss Brad Pitt in the hit thriller, 7. On this mission, everything that could go wrong did. It's the true story that captured a nation. Tom Hanks in Apollo 13. Sometimes secret fantasies go too far. When blackmail leads to murder, there may be no alibi. Jade, a cop with an attitude, a woman with too many enemies. They have 24 hours to find out who wants her dead and why. Fair game. When your profession is killing, the competition can be murder. Sylvester Stallone and Antonio Banderas are assassins. It's something no one ever imagined. A murderous game of cat and mouse. Sigourney Weaver and Harry Connick Jr. star in Copycat. You're in the right place for excitement because these action-packed thrillers are just a touch of a button away this month on Direct Ticket.
How do you keep up with everything that happens in the NHL every day? You keep your eye on us. NHL Tonight, the ultimate half-hour wrap-up of the day that was in the NHL. Tuesday through Saturday at 10:30 or after the game, only on ESPN2.
Spartan Stadium, a record sellout, and no one wants to leave. San Jose wins it 1-0.
They couldn't contain him for 90 minutes. In the 88th minute, Eric Wynalda, after 4 years of professional soccer experience in Germany, he comes back to the United States, where he is the all-time leading scorer for the U.S. national team, and he electrifies a San Jose crowd with the winning goal in the 88th minute. Eric Wynalda, the Honda player of the game in the inaugural MLS contest between D.C. United and the San Jose Clash.
Amazing emotion here tonight in San Jose. It will be equally important in Dallas as the Burns started out on the deuce against Kansas City. 8:30 start on April 18th at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Coming up next on ESPN, Extreme Bloopers coming your way next. 1-0 the final scores. San Jose 1, D.C. 0. With Keough and Bill McDermott and the cast of thousands, I'm Phil Schoen. Until next time, so long, everybody.